So let's move on to Euro USD. On Euro USD, I didn't share Euro USD yesterday. I think I was about sharing, and we saw that we've run out of time on the Euro USD. Personally, I have how many positions running? I have one. I have the one here at 1.027240. Then there is one here at 1.070089, and there's one here at 1.07030. So now, price is still moving in our direction at the moment, and um, don't be angry that you are not part of this. We still have more opportunity to take on this one. As we can see, the sharp rejection of this area is another sign that the bearish momentum is still unfolding, and we actually need patience to take advantage of that move. So for you now, going into the New York session, what am I expecting us to look out for to take advantage of that bearish move when it finally happens? So if we bring out our line chart at this point, we want to identify a key level to work with going forward. So if we look left, we can see that this point here, we had a resistance, we had a support area, support here, resistance and supports, resistance and support around this area. So this area for me right now is more of a level that I want to be looking at as a key level going into the New York session. So if you allow me, let's draw a line across so that this will be our guide going forward. So we have something around here to work with. So we have, I think 1.06800 area, or I think, okay, 1.06850, I guess. So let's label it. Key level at 1.06850. Uh-oh. Sorry. We had, no. Key level at 1.06850. So we have our key level sitting right at that area. So going back to our line chart at this point, we want to be looking forward to a breakdown of that key level to take advantage of a trend continuation to the downside. So personally, I'm looking forward to a breakdown of this key level, and I want to see a breakdown. I want to see a retest of structure, to add one more position to this to make 4 positions for me. However, it's an opportunity for you to add a position if we see a breakdown retest of 1.06850 as we move into the New York session. So what I'm going to be having here, we're having our entry point right below that key level. That is, after the confirmation has been done, we have our entry point right below that key level. Then we have a position that looks more like this, and our take profit targets. My profit target still remains at 1.4. Hold on a second. 1.04700. Personally, I will just adjust it to 1.05. Let's adjust it to 1.05. I think I adjusted this yesterday. But I didn't replicate it in the chart. So I'm looking at 1.005, and that's around 170 pips for us to catch. So where will our stop loss be? Let's place our stop loss right below. You can see during the first hours of the week, price was oscillating within this area. We can see how when the week started, price was oscillating around this area. So I want to have my stop loss right below that area. So let's have it around 36-40 pips approximately. Then we look forward to price moving as expected. So that is that on the Euro USD. Well, I'm seeing something now, looking closely into what is happening. Since the breakdown of that bullish trend line here and the retest of the trend line, we can see price continue to find lower lows and lower high. However, there is a possibility for us to draw a bearish trend line connecting the two highs at this point, and this could also be a yardstick going into the New York session. So if we have something like this at this point, and if we have a rejection of that area, of that trend line, that is, if we have a retest of that bearish trend line here, then we look for patterns that support a trend continuation to join the decline to the downside. So that's one other scenario that I want to be looking out for. And if price goes that far, then definitely we'll be readjusting our entry points to somewhere right below that trend line. Then if price breaks down that key level and reaches the key level again, then we can add one more position to that trade. So remember, our take profit target still remain 1.0500, and that's around 170 if you are taking it from right below the structure of that key level. And if we are taking it right below the trend line, our take profit target is about 220 pips thereabout. So this is my expectation on the Euro USD, and I think I will have to stop here and let us see how price plays out in the next couple of hours. CJ30, hi to you too. You're welcome on board. Surah 1, you're suggesting BTC. Yes, I think we talked about BTC earlier, and if you don't mind, you can hold on. So towards the end of the session, I normally do a recap of what we talked about, so you can see a summary of what our expectations are on the Bitcoin. So if you don't mind, hold on till close to the end of the session, and I think it's in about 5 to 7 minutes now. Then we'll talk about it. Okay. All right. Should we call it a day here? Okay, I think I have a scenario too on EURUSD. Let's just do EURUSD and let's call it a day from EURUSD. So on the EURUSD, I have a trade running on EURUSD, and I am already in how many pips in profit now? I'm in 28 pips in profit at the moment. And why have I said I'm going to sell the EURUSD? Now let's go to the daily time frame. Let's see what's happening on the daily time frame. 267, good morning to you. So on the daily time frame, you will definitely know that price has been on a downtrend since the beginning of the year, which normally in this kind of scenario, you want to be looking for selling opportunities at this point. So when I scale down to the 4 hours time frame, what did I see on the 4 hours time frame? I saw a bearish trend line, and then I looked at what has been happening since on the beginning of the month. Since the beginning of the month, we saw this bearish move that came down into this area, and we started seeing price finding lower highs from this point. That is, since the beginning of this month, we started seeing price finding lower highs. So what did I do at this point? I just discovered that, okay, if that is the case, then we need to find a key level that will guide our actions. So after bringing out the line chart, I identified a key level at 1.34600 area that I was using as my guide since yesterday. Is it yesterday? I think I took the trade today. Yes, I took the trade today during the UK session. Okay, so we had a key level here at 1.34600. Allow me to label this 1.34600. So we had a key level at 1.34600. So what does this key level do to us? What does it make us understand? It makes us understand that we don't want to take any trade above that area. And if we look at the key level shares a confluence with the bearish trend line we identified that has started since the beginning of the month. We saw that we have a confluence with that bearish trend line. So when I scale down to the 1 hour time frame, now we have this impulse leg here. We saw this impulse leg, and price did a retracement into our golden zone area, which is also close to the bearish trend line, and I saw multiple rejection of that area, and that's why I took that bearish move. So now that I'm showing you this opportunity now, I'm looking forward to there could be a possibility where price will come back and do a retest of structure where we can add one more position to this. So let me look at what we can do to take advantage of going into the New York session. So we have something like this right now. So this is a temporary, this will be a temporary key level. I'll give this a purple. Then what I will be suggesting at this point is this: if price comes back into this area, then we want to be looking for reversal patterns that will support a trend continuation to the downside. So I don't know if this is going to pay you, because if we look at if we are going to be taking a position from this area, then definitely we will only be aiming for around 50 pips thereabout. And if 50 pips is fine for you, then you can take advantage of that move. Then with your stop loss right around 1.34600, that is right below the previous key level, which is also around that bearish trend line. So this is what I will be expecting you to do if you want to take advantage, you want to join me in this position. So we have a stop loss right around here, that's around 25 pips, and then we have our take profit targets at around 1.3339 area. So let's see what happens as price action is being monitored, and by tomorrow we can revisit this and make assessments accordingly. So on this note, I would like to quickly run through what we have discussed so far and a quick summary of what we have discussed so far. So we started this session with the US oil, and on the US oil, I